Last week, I gave you 5 ways musicians can go live on Instagram. And I got really good feedback, so I decided to make another video where I have taken a closer look at what the big artists have been doing during the pandemic. How have they been live streaming to get our attention? Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Smartbucken, and in this week's video, I will give you 5 creative live streams that happened during lockdown. Let's take a closer look. Before I get started, please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more music marketing related videos, just like this one. Number 1, Travis Scott inside Fortnite. So following the footsteps of Marshmello's historic appearance in Fortnite, Travis Scott decided to create a live show in the virtual world within the game as well. 12.3 million players stopped by the live show, clocking an all-time record of participation inside the game Fortnite. Travis Scott's appearance is really one for the historic books. By merging the worlds, music and gaming, my favorite worlds. If your fans are gamers, you should look into Fortnite and Twitch and other platforms where gamers are hanging out. And Travis Scott's audience and fans are heavy gamers. And he tested this way back where he created an event where he played Fortnite together with Drake and Ninja and live streamed that to the world. He then understood, based on the results that he got from that event, that he needs to invest more into these platforms. So he decided to collaborate further with Fortnite. And Fortnite has been testing the waters for quite some time with producers, where they've been working with Marshmello and Major Lazer. But Travis Scott's event showed us that Fortnite is here to stay. The collaboration between musicians and the game is only in the beginning phase. No other platform out there are pulling in those live stream numbers. So if your audience are gamers, start testing the water here. Grow your format just the way that Travis Scott grew his. Test, experiment, execute, but more importantly, learn in the process. Merging music and gaming brings so much opportunities for innovation. And we've only seen the beginning of this during the pandemic. Who do you think the next artist will be that will appear inside Fortnite? Let me know below in the comment. Number 2, Diplo and Dillon Francis's Prom on TikTok. So 2 streaming heroes throughout the pandemic has been Diplo and Dillon Francis. They have been entertaining their fans, reaching every corner of the globe. So while prom season approaching, TikTok decided to create a prom inside their platform. And who better to perform and be a DJ than Diplo and Dillon Francis? So the reason why this event was so creative and so good is because they connected the event to a specific theme, a theme that anyone can have a connection to, anyone can relate to going to a prom. So you instantly get this nostalgia feeling, and it's a really easy way for a DJ to connect with the audience because you tie it around something very specific. So Diplo and Dillon Francis played the perfect combination of the nostalgia songs that you would always hear at the prom and expect to hear at the prom, that you would instantly connect with as well. And they merged those songs with TikTok viral hits that you've been hearing on the platform the last few months, creating instant connections through recognizable content. But also it created content for days. They had the dances that went with the viral TikTok songs. They awarded the prom king and the prom queen. They also had guests and special appearances from all other artists that had something to contribute and other TikTok influencers. You've seen so much content being distributed from this event on other platforms, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. The content that was made during the live stream was great. and can be repurposed everywhere. And not only that, Diplo is perfect for TikTok. He secures a place in the hearts of the kids who will be the next generation of the dance floors of his international events. Number 3, Wiz Khalifa and Marc Rebillet smoking weed together on Instagram. So a creative and good live streaming doesn't have to be something big. It doesn't have to be something that you have to plan for weeks. It could be something very simple. It could just be a conversation with someone else. And that's what Wiz Khalifa and Marc Rebillet did. So Wiz Khalifa has been smoking weed on Instagram through the whole pandemic, together with his fans and other artists. This is nothing new. But when I got the notification that he was going live with the king of live stream, Marc Rebillet, well, that caught my attention. What do they have to talk about? So I joined in, with many others as well. Even though the live streaming event wasn't anything big, it was just in a conversation between Wiz Khalifa and Marc Rebillet, and they smoked weed together. They had fun. You got to know them both on a personal level. What's genius about this is the element of surprise that they're creating. What do they have to talk about? Which pulls a lot of people in. This strategy works because it merges two artists together, two fan bases together, two worlds together. It's a great way for a musician to test out a different audience. Remember, Travis Scott tested out Fortnite. Is that an audience for me? By going on Twitch, playing Fortnite, right? So before you start collaborating with someone, before Marc Rebillet and Wiz Khalifa start collaborating, let's have a conversation to see how the audience react. Let's see if this is worthwhile investing more time in. Because if you know the audience are loving it by just having a conversation, you definitely should invest in that collaboration because you know the audiences are there when it's finished. This is what I mean by starting small, testing it, and then growing. Number 4, Defected Virtual Festival. With the dance world being temporarily closed until further notice, Defected Records were fast to turn around and create an event for the clubbers at home. Their lineup was impressive, pulling in over 1.5 million streams. The record label has once again showed us that they're an innovative player. Being one of the first industry giants to turn around quickly, they offered a solution quickly to both musicians as well as clubbers. And they made good use of their strong community online that they have been building for years and investing in. And now, when everyone was at home and the dance world was cancelled, they were able to deliver a new online product to an eager audience. And after the weeks following the first events, the internet got very busy. Suddenly the US was on lockdown. Everyone was going live. The biggest musicians out there was live streaming for free. What's genius with Defected, they've already secured a place because they were there first. By this time, Defected have already gotten a loyal online fan base with recurrent visitors. Number 5, DJ Carl Cox's gardening advice on Facebook. So this is one of the most famous names in dance music. He's well known for his standout DJ sets and his residencies in Ibiza. So his audience was quite surprised when he turned to Facebook to give his fans and audience some gardening advice. This is a fantastic way to show your other angles, your other sides, your other identities. What do you do when you not DJ, when you don't make music? So while everybody went live, and Carl Cox did as well, he used the opportunity also to share other sides of him. And gardening is a great form of therapy. And Carl Cox is a huge advocate for mental health within the dance music community. The element of surprise of doing something that people won't expect is a great marketing tool. So while the live streaming has kept us entertained during the pandemic and during lockdown, It is highly unlikely that it will ever replace the real deal of going to a live show. The smell, the feeling, the experience, the connection that happens there. So soon we will get back to gigging, to meeting our fans offline. So start thinking creatively now of how you continue your activity online. Perhaps maybe even build products around this, and maybe add those and bundle those together with your offline products. The more products you have, the better. So engaging with your fans online should not stop just because you go back to gigging. Learn from this experience what format worked for you, continue those, grow those into something bigger, and perhaps even create products around it. By having online products as well as offline products, you have more leverage and you're creating a proper business. And if we ever go in to a pandemic and a lockdown again, you have an online business to rely on. If you like what you saw here today, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe for weekly marketing and music related videos.